The high school sports calendar is wrapping up, but there's a new rule that could change things here in Indiana. It's called Rule 19, and it's the guideline that affects students' eligibility when they transfer between schools. 16 Sports reporter Sabrina Hoover has more on this change to the rule.
High school athletics could look different here starting June 1st. On May 5th, the Board of Directors of the Indiana High School Athletic Association approved updates to Rule 19, which addresses first-time student transfers. So, what exactly is Rule 19?
What this new rule does is really just it just kind of expands that principal's waiver to a first-time transfer within your first 3 opportunities to participate in a sport.
Students making their first transfer between IHSAA member schools will now keep full eligibility as long as the transfer occurs within their first 6 semesters of high school. In other words, athletes are now allowed 1 transfer and can play right away without a waiting period.
Indiana is a very progressive state when it comes to education options and school choice in the state of Indiana. I think the other big influence on what we're doing, and I don't necessarily support the entire philosophy, but what's happening in the NCAA, and we're still really working hard to maintain an education first system, and I think that's certainly something that's on our radar.
There are still many moving parts within Rule 19, and WNDU Sports will continue to break it down throughout the week. Sabrina Hoover, 16 Sports.
All right, so let's just kind of go through and recap how exactly this rule change will change things. Previously, if a student transferred between schools, they would have to wait 1 whole calendar year, missing all 3 sports seasons. Now for a first-time transfer, as long as a student isn't a senior, they will be immediately eligible to play sports at their new school. Think like the transfer portal in college sports. This rule goes into effect this Sunday on June 1st, so we'll be seeing the first students use it heading into next school year's fall season. And for more on this, including how a similar rule affected West Virginia sports, if agents will be involved, and how local coaches are planning to deal with this, stay tuned to WNDU all week long.